Now we're going to attach the top and bottom pieces. Really, it's up to you whether you want to attach the top or bottom first. Here I'm attaching the bottom first. Remember, the dart is going away from the vinyl, so we're attaching to this longer edge. So I'm going to start here from the middle, and I'm going to pin this into place. Sorry, I am going to clip this into place. Actually, I'll get my face piece lined up here. But starting from the middle, clip it into place, and we'll clip from this middle to the outside edge. You're gonna kind of, pull up the fabric up to the edges, clip into place. Now here, if you really want to, you can use pins from here on out because you're in the full fabric part of the mask. That being said, I try not to keep pins around when I'm doing these styles masks so I don't accidentally puncture the vinyl ever. So I'm just gonna clip it the rest of the way through. And then starting again from the middle, we're gonna work the other way. But notice your fabric is kind of bunching and stretching. That is okay. That's what's making this mask have shape. So you're just gonna have to kind of play with it, finesse it, and make it work. Tim Gunn, to get it together. So we got 4 layers we're dealing with here. You want to make them all even.
You're just trying to line everything up.
Yes, correct.
And you started from the middle of the vinyl.
Yes, but also the middle, the top of the dart, it makes the middle of the bottom as well. So I'm trying to work from the middle. Actually, so here's one moment. So this one seems matched up pretty well and this one doesn't. So I'm going to start again from this middle and try to see if maybe I left some puckering. You are really only concerned in getting the fabric straight together about 1/4 of an inch of the way in, because that's where you're sewing your seam. Everything else can bunch up. It's fine. That's not where you're sewing. You're not worried about it. Got a little better here. So this, I'm gonna sew along this long edge. Again, 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Here's where it starts to get tricky and it moves around a little bit. I am just holding with my fingers as it goes through these areas. Just proceed cautiously and slowly and you'll be okay. Then after a while you'll get good enough that you won't even need to clip it in place and you'll be fine. And that's the end of that seam. Then we're going to repeat that for the top. So fold this open. And if we want to, I won't do it right now, but if you want to, you can take an iron to this so that those are nice and crisply pressed open. But we're gonna do the same thing from the top. So again, working from the middle of the vinyl, and the middle of the top will be in between these 2 darts. So it's right there. It's middle there.
Try to line it up with the other one.
Yes.
Vertically.
Yes, that's a good way of explaining. Oh, you want your darts to be going away. You shouldn't be sewing into your dart at any point. Got a good line up the middle there. So managing 4 layers of fabric is a little tricky, but I find it's easier than managing a narrow fold it over seam allowance just a bit. And then again, working from center to edge. It will try to resist you a little bit. Again, that's because you're creating shape with this. If we were fitting to a two-dimensional flat person that was just a stick drawing, you wouldn't have this battle. But whenever you want shape, whether it's around the face or around the body, you're going to have to fight it a little bit when you're sewing so that that 3D shape emerges. One more. I'm going to sew this. You open this up and voila, you have the tricky part of the body of your mask completed. So I'm going to take this to the iron and press it open a little bit, and then we will show you how to bind the top and bottom edge and fold the edges over for casing, and then you're done.